All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We got more complexity casting action being brought to you by me, your casting host Beef. Joining me in just a moment is going to be Riser. He had to step away for just a quick second. Completely understandable, as this HoN Tour match is all last minute. We're just trying to make sure that we do, of course, have people here to cast, and I'd love to have a co-caster. And so Riser's going to be back in just a sec, guys. But we do have game number 2 of QsQ versus Absolute Legends. So since the last game, they have changed up their tag. The rumors going around on the competitive discussion forums, correct. So FbK, congratulations to them getting that new sponsorship from Absolute Legends, a team with some divisions in other esports, but making their first entry to HoN. So big shout out to Absolute Legends. And so we got everything tagged up all for them, and I got my graphics all updated. We're good to go, guys. Match number 2, Absolute Legends leads 1-0. Actually, do need to get that updated. So they are up 1-0. Looked very, very strong in that last game. But we got a new game going on. We'll see if Absolute Legends decides to run a very, very aggressive strategy similar to what they were running last time, or if they're going to be running maybe something a little bit different. Monkey King does make it into the lock pool this time, so I'd love to see that hero. But of course, we do have, well, let's get into the blind bands. Parasite and Warbeast, Ophelia and Parasite. So neither team really wants Parasite to actually be in this game right now. Of course, a very, very strong ganking hero. Let's go ahead and give Riser a call real quick. Yes.
Whoop.
Hey, Riser.
Yo.
We already got the intro down, so you're joining us midway. But yeah, did you get a chance to watch the last game at all?
No, I just got home.
Oh, okay. Basically, a quick synopsis of the last game. QsQ ran a Suicide Scout. It went up against Mirax's Engineer. It failed miserably. Pretty bad. Got no farm on the Scout. Wretched Hag in the short lane solo against a Suicide Silhouette. Wretched Hag did decently, but middle lane, Panties, Fade, plus Nymphora got absolutely crushed, like 14 death Fade.
Oh.
QsQ got stomped pretty hard, and their Witch Slayer did a ton of work, and their Miraxis did a ton of work, and their Silhouette got pretty big. So we're going into game 2, though. FbK, now known as Absolute Legends. They got picked up by their sponsor.
Nice.
So congratulations to them. But yeah, let's get into this this lockpicking stage. Lockpick comes out. Keeper of the Forest, Plague Rider, Aluna, Monkey King, Witch Slayer, Legionnaire. Monkey King was blind banned last time. This time he makes it into the lock pool. Think we might see something out of that from AL's Cookies?
Yeah, we could. Everybody knows Cookies Monkey King is not to be trifled with, so I would expect to see that, especially since they locked it. But I don't know. They could, you know. I know Cookies can play many heroes, and I guess just looking at the stats from his last game, he played an excellent Witch Slayer, which I know he can play very well. So, yeah, definitely could see the Monkey King. It'd be kind of cool.
I would love to see Monkey King. I, of course, watched... I think you were with me yesterday when you were casting a Monkey King game, right?
I want to say yes, but I don't remember who it was.
It was a Sound Blaster game. I don't know. Must have been...
Oh, no, it was Noob G, right?
Oh, yeah, you're right. It was Noob G in a scrim versus SG and Lions. So.
Well, I think Minuts was casting, but I remember that, yeah.
Yeah.
He's claiming Noob G for Picky Monkey King.
I think you might be right. All right, well, we have the lock pool up there, of course. A couple junglers in there, a couple supports. Got a Suicide. Good variation of the heroes in there. But let's go through the bans real quick so we can get on into the picking stage. Tempest, Wild Soul, and Miraxis being banned out. Excuse me, what the heck? Oh, there's one up there. Fade, Wild Soul, and Miraxis being banned by Absolute Legends. So Fade and Miraxis, two of those very strong ganking type heroes. And then the Wild Soul. It's interesting to note that he made it into the lock pool. Last game, the lock pool consisted of Keeper of the Forest and Wild Soul, plus Wretched Hag, Aluna, Silhouette, and Legionnaire. A very strong lock pool, and Wild Soul was just straight up not picked. Like, nobody took Wild Soul.
Yeah.
Very interesting. And this time
Wild
he gets
Soul
banned.
maybe. Yeah, Wild Soul, like, in theory, may seem like a pretty simple hero to play, but it's not that easy, especially in like a solo lane. It requires a little bit of practice, and you know, it's not too often when you play like a team in game where you get to practice a solo Wild Soul. It's kind of awkward. So maybe they just don't have someone who's comfortable with Wild Soul. It's not, it seems like it's pretty easy. All you do is right click, but microing that bear properly at times, you can definitely tell when someone's a really good Wild Soul player compared to someone who's maybe not as experienced.
That's true. Vans on the other side, we did have Tempest, Engineer, and Pebbles. So a couple of those ganking heroes, the Engineer Pebbles combo, that could be relatively strong, and Tempest not going to be seen. His jungling prowess, his pushing, his game-changing ultimate, not in this game, was banned out last time as well. First pick comes out, it's Bubbles. What's up with that?
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, he's probably the most, staple, popular suicide laner, so yeah, I can see it. They've got, Plague Rider and Tree, who are in the lock pool to fall back on as their suicide heroes, but, so they're going to go ahead and pick Tree as well, so they're probably going to run that. I would assume they would run that jungling Keeper of the Forest, so that's why they picked up Bubbles, because they wanted to go for the jungling Keeper instead of the suicide ones. Could be the reason why they went with the first pick Bubbles, they wanted to secure that.
Interesting. On the other side, we did have the second picks coming out. Silhouette and Magnus, two very, very strong heroes. They rounded out with Torture, and then from the lock pool, have a Plague Rider and a Legionnaire. So, going to see that Legionnaire that I was expecting to see last game. How do you like the QsQ lineup?
Well, it's always fun to watch Legionnaire. I love playing Legionnaire. So, I'm guessing it's going to be a support Torturer. Oh, maybe not, because I think Bag in a Box plays support, so I'm not 100% sure what they're going to do here, but yeah, Panny Legionnaire. Oh boy, this is going to be one for the ages. I've never seen Panny play Legionnaire. So.
I have also never seen Panny play Legionnaire. I'm excited. Hopefully he does better than Fade. I mean, I don't want to flame Panny because I love the guy. He casts me all the time. But he had a really rough game on Fade last time. He died, I think the first 4 deaths on his team were all him.
Oh, God.
He was like a level 3 Fade when his support in M4 was level 5 or something.
Yeah, usually you see Panny playing support, but I guess sometimes he mixes it up. But, yeah, like we were talking about the Monkey King. There it is, Cookies on his signature hero.
There you go. Monkey King going to be heading out to that short lane for now. They're probably going to roam him to the middle or going to stick the Draconis mid. You think Monkey King should be supported by this Nymphora, right? It's not going to be a Draconis Nymphora lane?
I've seen them do Monkey King Nymphora before in the middle lane, and they like that. Could be some action here, actually. Let me hold that thought. They're going to run right into each other. There's only 3 of them.
Magnus is here. Lava Surge catching 2. Auto attacks coming in. Chain reaction on to Monkey King. A little bit of a split DPS there as Draconis. One more auto attack. He's going to go down. Plato gives up the first blood. It looked like they were trying to maybe get both. But they at least got Draconis and did a fair amount of damage to Monkey King as well, as Cookies is going to have to retreat back to town. A great job from QsQ777 though.
Yeah, nice. I don't think the Legion team was anticipating all 5 of those heroes. Oh, and Plague Rider, one thing to note about that is they got the first blood, but if you look at Plague Rider's skill, he's leveled up his nuke, and that's a big deal.
That is a big deal.
The whole point of Plague Rider in this lane is they deny. That's the only reason. And him not having that, if he's going to be up against 2 heroes, could make a huge difference. So I don't even know if it was worth it to level that up, because unless he pulls some real shenanigans, I feel like he's not going to be able to do much in this bottom lane compared to, what he would usually do if he had to deny.
Yeah, it's going to be hard until he gets to level 3 or so. Draconis, of course, did die, so that's who he's going to be going up against. Couldn't ask for a better situation to kind of go in a bad way. At least your opponent's kind of in a bad way as well, being taken out there. So we'll see. I think Plague might have a decent time, but not as good as you might have hoped with level 1 Extinguish.
Yeah, I thought Nymphora was going to... He was sitting in the bottom tower. I thought he was going to stay bottom, but he's mid, so it's actually not that big a deal. It's not the most efficient way to start his Plague, but, he's going to be fine just 1v1, so not a big deal. Never mind.
All right. King Plato on that Draconis, currently just doing his CS thing, going to try to get as much as he can. Top lane, Bubbles is taking a lot of pressure from Silhouette. Impa Boy putting out the deeps. But Bubbles is going to do his best. GG Slayer going to get a lot of experience and probably a couple of creep kills as the creep wave has pushed up to the tower now. And this is what he's looking for.
Oh yeah, definitely a big mismatch here. It's, you know, I'm sure most people know the Silhouette versus Bubbles should be very difficult for Bubbles to get much at all. But with this creep wave, he's getting some nice farm. So he's still got. Look how low he actually died here.
Oh, nice take cover.
That was
very,
close.
very nice take cover. Yeah, you got to give a lot of credit though to Meisty on the Keeper of the Forest. I'm sure that he did have his minions up there pulling back the lane, giving Bubbles that favorable lane position like he did have right there. So that the creep wave pushed onto his tower and he's able to get some damage done. Lava Surge in the middle lane. Elusive Dash going to come out as well as the Heavenly Vault. Magnus might be in a little bit of trouble. Stop canceling that Zeal stun and will finally go off, but Nymphora does miss. Magnus going to come back in. They're going to try to go on to Cookies now. Will they have what they need with the chain reaction stun? The chain reaction is there, and Cookies will go down. So very well played by QsQ777 in that middle lane to secure the kill onto the AO players. Almost got two.
Yeah, it was a nice chain reaction, but the funny thing about Monkey King Nymphora is sometimes it's not the easiest thing to do to land that Zeal stun when Monkey King's throwing people around like crazy. As you can see there, it's, you know, I don't really blame Moogies for missing that stun because, you know, they knew it was coming and they reacted it properly by, you know, kind of faking him out. And it's not easy to land stun when Monkey King's vaulting, you know, the heroes around. So
very, very true. Yeah, he stop canceled it like 4 or 5 times just trying to line up the perfect one, but in the end wasn't quite able to get it and got turned around on. There's another Lava Surge is going to come on in. Chain reaction is there, hitting both players and trying to put the damage out onto Monkey King, but MK will back on off, chuck a couple of bottle charges and a tree, and he'll be just fine. Double damage on the Magnus, getting him some extra CS here. He is currently top in the game, 346 gold per minute with 2 kills. Back in the box, looking fantastic. Does only have 8 CS, so not too impressive in that respect, but the 2 kills will carry you quite a ways.
Yeah, I think there's just been a lot of action in this middle lane. There hasn't been much farming, which is nice to watch. And then obviously that first blood bottom, or what is it called, Bloodlust, helped him a lot. But usually I don't think Magnus is that strong of a hero in like the middle lane. I think when he stuns in, that's about all he has to offer. He doesn't do that much damage afterwards. But they're doing a pretty good job of keeping the pressure up. As you can see, Monkey King's playing, well, he was, but now he's going in like crazy. But before that, you know, before Torture left, he's playing pretty passively. He's, you know, kind of scared to go back up. So nice job in the middle lane by QsQ.
Yeah, they're looking good, but of course, there is a lot of harass potential there from the Monkey King. Nymphora tried to go and get the bottle, but unfortunately it was used by the other team. They were able to get up at Tomper, and I didn't see which one it was. Lava Surge is going to come out onto Nymphora. They're going to turn it around onto Monkey King. Oh, and Monkey King tries to get Magnus, not quite able to. Chugging bottle charges, might come back in with another Lava Surge here in just a moment, and he is in position, going to choose to back off.
Yeah, I like the aggression coming out from Bag in a Box. It's pretty hard sometimes to set up kills and get a lot of harass out with Magnus because the turnaround potential when after you stun in is so big. But you know, using that steam bath effectively when he's in trouble, and yeah, I think they're doing, you know, definitely doing really well in this middle lane. So
yeah, looking good. Sorry, got distracted there for 1 second. I'd like to talk about Panny a little bit in the jungle. He's doing pretty well.
damn, we forgot about him.
200, actually more action coming in the middle. Team Bath goes out. Wanjin Slam brings down Magnus. Bag in a Box takes his first death, knocking down 292 GPM. A nice aggression there once again, though, from AL. Cookie's showing that his reputation as a strong Monkey King player is, well, it's got a good foundation to it. But Panny looking pretty good in the jungle right now. Not amazing, but certainly doing well.
Yeah, his 250 GPM with free farm is not bad. I think it could be a little higher. I mean, he's level 6, which is definitely very good. But like, he wanted to set something on mid. He doesn't have taunt yet. Is it just called taunt? Yeah, he doesn't have the taunt ability yet. So, kind of interesting build. You know, I think the hatchet instead of the double shield is fine on Hellborn. You can even do it on Legion if you know what you're doing, just to stack the camps quite a bit. But usually you want to go ahead and buy the second shield because otherwise you take so much damage. But just looking at his levels and his farm is pretty decent. Looks like he's doing fine without it. So yeah, I think he's doing pretty well.
Yeah. Penny looking good. He was the first person to hit 6, I believe. As Plague Rider in some trouble, one more auto attack will come down. King Plato gets that one. That was a nice job of utilizing the root there from Meisty, able to get that. Hasted Magma's going to try to bring down Bubbles, but the Kelp Field goes out. Might even be a little bit of trouble. Bag in a Box goes in. Lava Surge does miss, though. Now Hasted Magnus is going to have to retreat. Has 5 seconds left on that. Has to dodge that Shell Surf, and he does. Going to grab a potion, and he'll make his way back toward the middle lane.
Yeah, nice try. The Bubbles was so low. I think the Silhouette landed her Death Lotus, and he was like 20 health or something. But I just want to point a nice job by Meisty on the bottom lane, doing exactly what you want to do with Keeper. Getting that level 6, set up a kill, push a tower.
Yep.
Just perfect. Perfectly executed.
Very, very well done. Able to set up that kill on the Plague Rider, utilizing the root. And Draconis even got the last hit on it. So Draconis' farm, as a result, up to 326. Now the top farmer in the game with that tower as well. That kill did go to Legion, not able to get that onto the dragon, but not a problem. Zealstun goes out, and Magnus just disintegrates middle lane. He was at 60% life. Zealstun hits, and then just a Vault Elusive Dash. I don't even know what was used. There was a Wanjin Slam in there as well.
No one knows.
Like, Monkey King, he just does things. And I don't know what he does, but he does things. And people die. And he's constantly hasted.
That is, I mean, you just summed up the entire year.
Yeah, pretty much.
You should probably write a guide on it. But it looks like Torture's going to be in a lot of trouble here. No boots and, like, oh, was he going to get away?
Yeah, Magnus goes in with a nice Zeal stun. And now Magnus might be in a little bit of trouble. Legionnaire's going to come in. I don't think he's going to have to back off. Is that a maxed out charge Legionnaire? Yeah, that's 3 points charge, 2 points into his spin. What do you think about that build?
I personally like to get level 2 charge early because I think it makes a big difference. Oh, it looks like it's going to be an action on Magnus right here, though.
Yeah, they're going to try to get in there. A nice taunt, though, and the ultimate going to be coming out from Magnus. The Plague is bouncing around, and nice reaction there from QsQ to actually be able to turn what should have been a dead Magnus into a double tap for Plague Rider. So a fantastic turnaround.
Yeah, that was huge. I kind of, felt like this middle lane was slipping away from them, but after that, I think they're back into it. So really nice setup there with the Magnus Eruption, and then the double taunt by Panny was perfect. And so it looks like top lane Bubbles is going to get died, and Death Lotus misses, and then the Nymphora port comes in. So it's in a lot of trouble. Definitely going to go down. Legionnaires trying to juke into the woods, but he's going to get spotted by the Shell Surf. He does have that.
Oh!
Uses the Decapitate, gets off GG Slayer, but no boots, and I don't see him making out.
Yeah, no. Almost got out of there. Torture.
Exist, but he could be. No, okay, he's going away.
Torture almost got killed there. He might still get killed. Yeah, Grace of the Nymph being applied. Monkey King with those Ghost Marchers. Not quite using his spells correctly as the chain reaction seals the Heavenly Vaults and Elusive Dashes. And I don't know. Like a partridge in a pear tree was used by Monkey King, and as he's always hasted, he was just able to walk down the Torture.
Yeah. Oh, excellent. I already seen that Nymphora port being put to good use. Good job by Mookies and Kookies. Yeah, so just good response. And Legionnaire's going to port in and taunt, but it's not going to get anyone. But he will defend this tower by himself. So nice job by Panny. He's already picked up that Helm of the Black Legion. So
yeah,
pretty good.
Not bad, not bad. As he is being initiated on, in comes Legionnaire. On comes Monkey King. They're going to try to turn around onto Nymphora. The Lava Surge comes out onto her, and the Decapitate. Oh, it's on cooldown. Legionnaire in some trouble. The Heavenly Vault, and down he goes. Chain reactions attempted onto Nymphora, not quite able to be there. Lava Surge comes out onto Monkey King, though. Where is the Agonizing Bonds? Not able to get there before the Nature's Veil is applied. So they will choose to back on off. Even with that Helm of the Black Legion, Legionnaire just died. Like, took so much damage to the couple initiations there from the Legion team.
Yeah, and with these 2 deaths, Legionnaire, when you're... God, it's just, when you die as a jungling hero, it feels like your farm just absolutely goes to shit. Like, I mean, he had, I don't know, he had okay farm,
You know, 10-minute Helm the Black Legion when you're free farming isn't anything special, but it's acceptable. And he was trying to help set up kills and stuff. So, but now he's 220, which is really low. And, he can definitely recover if he can get some stacks in the jungle and stuff. He can farm very quickly, but right now it's looking pretty miserable for him. He can't do much until I think he gets some more items.
Yeah, I could agree with that. Monkey King Invis rune stalking up top. He's got the haste as well. As the TP's coming in via an Amphora. They're going to try to dive. The Kelp Field goes out. Silhouette in some trouble. The one-chin slam as well as the Heavenly Vault. Elusive Dash, I guess, was used in there. I didn't even see it. They're going to try to go on to Plague Rider as well. He's got the one-chin slam up in 1 second. Plague Ultimate trying to go out, but a nice Song of the Sea there to silence that. Heavenly Vault. Plague Ultimate does go out. Will it bounce back to Bubbles? No, it's not going to. Monkey King might still be in some trouble. Lava Surge is going to come in, stuns Monkey King out of the TP, and Monkey King may be in a little bit of trouble. Going to use that elusive dash, though, and he is able to get out. Nymphora gets decapitated. Little fairy head rolling around on the ground through those trees as trades 1 for 1. And middle tower does go down in favor of Absolute Legends. They're going to be working on tier 2 now.
Yeah, nice job by Meisty and King Plato, realizing that there's a lot of action top, and they can, did they kill the first tier tower as well? Yeah, okay, they did. So then they almost killed the second tower. So wow, yeah, nice job. This distraction top, and Draconis has only died once, and that was that first blood bottom lane, and they've been doing a nice job of killing the Silhouette, and it was really risky for them to dive that Plague Rider like that, but they played it perfectly, splitting up and using that Song of the Sea, and eventually got the kill on them. So
yeah, they did.
Yeah, definitely well executed.
And even the take cover. The take cover on GG Slayer to actually dodge the Plague Ultimate. Of course, very slow-moving projectile. If he didn't dodge that, I would have been upset. And then 4 going to teleport right on top of Plague Rider, and Plague Rider just disintegrates. Just gone. Monkeys grabs the kill with the Zeal Stun. The burst damage on Monkey King is just... I'm watching it right now, and I'm upset.
Yeah, he's already got the Bulwark, and... Plague Rider's only got what, level 1 armor, so it's not really doing not that big a deal. And yeah, this early of a Soul's Bulwark, with all most of his damage, being physical except for that slam, he's doing a ton of damage. So yeah, great job by Mookies and Cookies, just setting up kills all over the map together. And yeah, it's looking really good for AL. Just 7,000 gold, 5,000 experience.
Yeah, 14 minutes in, that's a pretty damned big advantage. Boots have been finished up on Panny as he picks up a Homecoming Stone, wants to be mobile around the map. Still doing well, level 10, 444 gold per minute. He's the top on his team. But I think that really speaks more toward kind of how poorly the rest of his team is doing rather than how well Panny is doing. QsQ, they're just kind of falling behind in terms of gold, in terms of levels, all that, and they're even going to try to find Silhouette here. He will encounter the Shadow. Kelpfield going to go out, Wanchin Slam, Heavenly Vault. I have no clue what just, how did he
vaulted on his rock, that's why he went so far, but yeah, it looked really awkward.
Oh, Magnus channeling the Eruption down in the bottom lane, wants to be able to get the kill onto Keeper of the Forest, not quite able to. He's going to be able to get the bottle up, and Lava Surge is up in 1 second. Going to blind use it, but not even in the right hemisphere.
Yeah, nice job. AL just seems to be all over the map, setting up kills, especially in this Legionnaire. And then 4's going to get charged, but he doesn't have mana for taunt, so no way they're going to get him. TP coming in mid lane just to prevent some pressure from Draconis, who's already finished his Molestum, by the way. So.
Yeah, Root goes out. Plague Ultimate bouncing around. Keeper of the Forest maybe in a little bit of trouble there. He's going to take the Lava Surge. Oh, a huge Zeal Stun and the auto attack from Meisty. He's able to get the last hit, saving his own life. Big stun there from Mookies.
Yeah, Mookies is annihilating this game. Panty's going to head on over here, and here comes Silhouette, and they're pretty low. This could be... Oh, Bubbles is here as well, though. We're going to see the Kelp Field. Oh, he doesn't have it up right now. Silhouette going to use the Tree Grapple and try and escape. Panty's also... They're just going to back off, and Kelp Field's up in 10, but yeah, they're also going to back up as well.
They're right next to that observatory. They're going to just continue to potion up, and I think they're going to go for another kill here with that Kelp Field. The Nature's Veil is keeping Silhouette locked down. The Zeal Stun as well as the Shell Surf Kelp Field. Down goes Silhouette, so they manned up. They said, towers? What is that? We go for kills. We don't farm creeps, we farm heroes.
Yeah, that's kind of how... That's a great way to put it, how... when... Oh, there could be some action right here before I... No. Bubbles was trying to maybe bait Magnus and misses a silence, but the bottom tower goes down in the meantime. But Magnus is kind of pursuing. Will he catch anyone? No, but what I was going to say is, yeah, that's kind of how. Okay, can these guys stop? I'm trying to talk. Monkey King goes in, just going all over the place. No one knows what's going on.
I literally have no clue what's going on. Like I can't cast this. Monkey King just crossed like 2 screens in like a quarter of a second, doing damage and stunning everything in his wake.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I played the hero some, so I have a better idea of what's going on, but it's still, at times, you don't know where anyone's going to end up, you don't know where he's going to end up, it's just, no one really knows. It's chaos with Monkey King. But, yeah, I was going to say, back to when Cookies and I believe Monkeys played with them as well, when they were Clan Milk, that was kind of what they were famous for. They like to play very aggressive. They love to just set up kills. That's what their strong point. So, proving that, maybe that's kind of the same philosophy they have with this team. They're, playing great. So, huge pub train coming up from the Hellborn team. They're going to try and chase down someone.
Nymphoria is going to be in some trouble as Magnus is going to connect with the Lava Surge here. Actually, a Kelpfield going down, catches 2 players. Lava Surge onto Bubbles. Bubbles are going to get decapitated. Turtlehead rolling around. And Magnus may be in a little bit of trouble. Chain Reaction Stun misses. Draconis in there. He's activating everything. He's going to try to get the damage out. Torture going to back off. The Shadow taking some fire. Bubbles in the middle of things as he's going to get the big silence onto the eruption coming out of Magnus. Torture is going to fall. Monkey King goes and cleans up Magnus as well. The Root after the portal key comes in. Legionnaire is going to be falling as well as Plague Rider. That's 4 players down now for the Hellborn team. Will they make it 5? Silhouette's trying to get away, but Cookies is there. The elusive dash missing. Not going to connect with the first one. Doesn't have enough mana as Cookies, or excuse me, King Plato, who is that? Imba Boy tries to turn it around, but not quite able to. Man, I was hoping they'd get the genocide right there.
Yeah, it was close. Nice engagement from AL. It just seems like they're landing all their spells, very well. Like I saw like a 3 or 4 man Zeal stun from Mookies. Then, like you said, that big silence on like 4 members of the Hellborn team.
That was huge. Yeah. So, GG Well Played's come out, guys. Let's go ahead and get the scoreboards updated. There's one here. And Absolute Legends, they take it 2-0. So here in the first game of HoN Tour Cycle 2, we have a Diamond Round 1 match. Absolute Legends, 2-0s. QsQ7 7-7. QsQ will be dropping into the lowers bracket to play in first round of lowers bracket on Saturday afternoon. But Absolute Legend looked fantastic. Riser, any closing words about that game?
Well, I just wanted to say that didn't we cast these guys scrimming against Stay Green yesterday, and they looked pretty good? And
QsQ777?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay,
so yeah, they looked pretty good, but I guess I don't think they've got Panty ringing, right?
Yeah,
so maybe
Panty's ringing for Death Growl, who was playing the Deadwood when we cast him yesterday.
Yeah, so I don't know, that could have affected their performance some, but I kind of expected them to do pretty well, but Absolute Legends just looked great this game. It seemed like everything went perfectly. They had a little hiccup in the middle lane, but I feel like they still kind of won that lane, and then Keeper of the Forest did a lot of work this game, setting up that gank bottom and pushing on those towers. So, yeah, overall, really well played by Absolute Legends.
All right, guys. Well, that's going to do it for this HoN Tour coverage, but don't go anywhere. Complexity Casting is, of course, going to stay live for pretty much the rest of the day. I'm going to go ahead and check real quick and see if we can get into a Sound Blaster match, because I think that we might have one coming up here in just a moment. But, of course, before we do that, need to go ahead and check. First Sound Blaster match is going to be QsQ777. They're going to be going up in an hour. We actually have another one, Dendy's Jungle Devos versus Isopolite. That's coming up in just 10 minutes. Riser, would you want to cast that with me?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Well, guys, we are 10 minutes out then from Dendy's Jungle Devos versus Isopolite. That's going to be Sound Blaster Heroes League, so we can even get that changed over here in a minute, but of course, Absolute Legends takes it 2-0 over QsQ, looking very strong. So congratulations to them for their win. And then we're going to go to a very quick break while we get the next game set up. Big shout-outs to Complexity Gaming for allowing coLcast to happen. ComplexityGaming.com. Also make sure to let them know that you love coLcast and you want to see more of it over at facebook.com/complexitygaming, Twitter @complexitylive. And while you're at Twitter, make sure to follow me at BeefPotPie1 for all of your up-to-date coLcast coverage whenever we go live here at twitch.tv/complexityhon. And of course, make sure to check out the info section below where there's easy social media links to all the involved people here at coLcast. And make sure to check all that out. Riser, any shout-outs before we go to break?
Shout out to Panty on Legionnaire, and shout out to my team as usual, Leon Black. Always deserves a shout out, and that's it.
All right, guys. We will be back in probably about 10 minutes. We're going to try to get this Sound Blaster Heroes League match set up. Don't go anywhere. This is coLcast.